Good evening, everybody, and once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this today's video, I wanna answer the following question, which I was asked many times, which is, "Hey, how did you master Apache Hudi, and when did you start learning about Apache Hudi? Can you share your journey?" And that's exactly what I'm about to do in this video. So the story goes about early 2021, I believe. Early when we were started to seeing bottlenecks on our databases, right? Our regular database could not keep up with the amount of data that was coming in, and the queries which we were running, the analytical queries which we were running, were started to become more and more slower and slower and sluggish at a point where where the company decided that we need a data lake solution. During that point, we started out, first initial, before I knew about Hudi or any other transactional data lakes. We started out, dumping Parquet files into S3, cataloging that with Glue and running that with Athena. Now, soon we started encountering issues like, okay, now how are we going to dedupe the data? What about these small file sizes, right? We needed a way, we needed a solution, and that's when we started researching about this in detail. After researching, we came to know about Apache Hudi and its capabilities. We saw a lot of engineering posts by Uber, on their success story with Apache Hudi, and on lot other companies as well. This motivated me to basically take a look into Apache Hudi and what it is in general. When I first started, about learning about Apache Hudi, I had zero knowledge about it. I did not know anything or how it works. But the best way I started was, number one, I went to their official documentation. I read what it is, and the use cases, etc., and a quick getting started guide. Right after that, what I started doing is I knew that there's a Slack community where I could join. So I started attending them. I started reading questions. I started just randomly reading like posts like blogs, right? So I went through like hundreds of like probably messages on Slack, what people are asking, what does that mean, what are their challenges, how are they overcoming that, etc., etc. After that, I also did some very small POC. Once I started doing POC, then I started to learn even more about it. For example, then I went deeper and deeper and deeper. Okay, I'm like, okay, table types, copy on write, merge on read. Okay, I understood that. Then I understood how Hudi does incremental data processing, which is one of the shining feature about Apache Hudi, right? Incremental ETL. So I started learning about that. After that, I also learned how it solves small file size issues, right, with clustering. So how it groups these smaller files into a larger files, right? Then sooner and sooner, as I was learning and learning more and more about it, then I came to know, okay, how Hudi only keeps active commits in the timeline, and the older one it basically archives into archived folders. So I started looking about that. I started learning about Apache Hudi index option, and I was really mind blown. Like, Hudi is a full, it offers a lot of stuff. For example, you can either use a global or non-global index, which means, okay, in simple language, I want to basically bring it out. Hey, do you need uniqueness across all the partition, or do you need uniqueness within the partition? Deduping is also taken care by Hudi precom key. You can dedupe the data. It does upsert, it does delete, it does insert, update, and everything it does pretty efficiently, to be honest. Then I started looking into upsert and how index option will help to speed upsert. After that, while I was learning all of these stuff, right, then I started writing and teaching on YouTube, right? Those items really helped me a lot, because when I am teaching something on YouTube, I personally have to learn it, right? And doing that, basically, I was forced to sit hours and hours, I believe, to learn and study and educate myself. Number one thing I will say to this point today: never ever be ashamed to ask any sort of question. Become a student, be a student, absorb knowledge as a sponge does to the water. Learn as much as possible, ask as much as possible. That's the best way to learn anything. Once you're done learning, try to teach people, try to talk about it. That way you can learn things even much more better. I did that. I made a lot of YouTube videos. I wrote so many blogs. And sooner and sooner, as new items came in into Hudi, for example, later on they released a record level index, which gives us blazing fast upside. I read about it, how it helps it, right, and so on, right. So that's how I mastered and learned Apache Hudi. It was not a one day process. It's not like one day I opened up like docs and I learned everything. No, it's a process, it's a journey. I decided I want to become an expert. I decided I want to learn everything about this particular technology. And to be honest, to this date itself, I am still learning. No matter what people call, they call me, oh, Saumil knows a lot. I whatever it is their perspective, but to me, in my mind, I am a student. I will be a student, and I wanna continue learning as a student. That's what I want to say. Writing blogs really helped me. Like I remember I have written more than about 100 200 blogs so far. So that is something that really helped me. Another thing that I would say personally that helped me is when I check Slack messages and somebody needs help, I try to connect with them. I try messaging them in person. I made a lot of friends during that process. I try to connect them on a call and see, okay, what issues are you facing, how I can help to solve those issues. Doing that made me understand the topic even more detail. So when you want to learn something in detail, try seeing try to see like what messages other people are posting in the group, what issues are they having, and how you can help them out. Once you start doing it, you will understand the underlying technology so well. So I have been doing that, and that's personally been very helpful for me. Next, I want to say I connected with so many experts in the domain. I believe these people are like an idol. One of them I would definitely want to mention, and everybody knows about him probably. The founder of Apache Hudi. I started following him. I started reading his blogs. This is like a couple of years back when he was posting so many blogs on like Medium. I started seeing his YouTube videos, which he gave talks on AWS and other data council, right? So I started seeing his videos. After that, I started reading more blogs from Siva Balanarayan. He was posting amazing blogs on Medium. I read all his blogs. Sudha as well, right? Then all these other people's on Slack. I started following them. I started seeing or reading the content that they post. I think most of them, they have posted so many blogs in that domain. Just by reading all of those I have gained so much knowledge by just reading their blogs, itself. That being said, also at times when you are curious about something, try it out. Don't be lazy, man. Open up your computer, open up Docker, spin up things, spin up Stack, try things out locally, see what issues you're having. When you have this issue, just don't close it. Say, hey, I'm having this issue and I'm trying to learn. Be curious in general. Don't be like, yeah, not my thing. No, if you want to learn something, you gotta be curious. You gotta keep asking questions. And don't worry about what people are going to think about you. Don't worry about, are they going to laugh at me or not? No, that's not the case. When you want to learn something, ask as much as possible, read as much as possible, and attend conference, talk, and follow people who are the best in that domain, right? So that's something that I've been doing, and I believe I have gained a good chunk of knowledge by doing that over the course of years. Of course, I will continue doing that, and as I said, I always want to be a student, irrespective what title I hold or what degrees I hold. Irrespective of all of that, I want to be a student. I want to absorb as much as knowledge from everybody. I want to learn from everybody. I believe everybody has something to teach in general. It's up to you whether you take good or bad. So take the good things from everybody. That's something I would advise. That's all I have. So in general, if you are trying to learn something new or maybe Apache Hudi, I would say go to the documentation, follow a quick start guide, join the Slack channel, do some hands-on lab, watch some YouTube videos. Not only that, sorry about that, but not only that, I also started following Uber engineering blog, because I believe they have been posting amazing blogs related to data lake tech space. One of the very popular blog I loved was Incremental ETL by Uber. What a fantastic blog it was. I read it. I really loved that particular blog. Recently, I've been also reading blogs about success story from Robinhood, how they brought, I believe, data freshness to hours instead of days. So that was a fantastic blog I read. I came to know about a lot of insights there. I read blogs from Notion, how they adopted Apache Hudi, and a lot more. I also started attending community session. Community session meaning like every month, people who are or people who is using that technology will come and present, and there you will see, okay, how did they do, what technology did they use, how are they scheduling something, so you learn a lot by just attending and listening to list. All I would say, you will learn a lot by attending, listening, and reading, and be a student and be a humble person and always keep learning, as I said. Well, that's all I have. So this is my journey. Again, it's not a one day. I always keep saying, nothing is a one day process. Nothing is an overnight success. It's years and years and years of hard work and lot of reading, lot of learning, lot of trying things out. That's when you really understand the subject or the domain very well. So I hope this video, what you can take from this video is, number one, always try to become a student, keep an open mind. You can learn anything that you want. Remember that, absolutely free. Everything is available for free of cost. Number two, read as much as possible and try things out on your local laptop or machine locally. Do a hands-on lab and try to write as well when you implement a small project or whatever that is, right? That's the best way you can learn anything about any topic in general. Now that being said, I do follow a couple of people about Apache Hudi. As I said, Vinod, of course, one of them, who's the founder, of course. Great guy. I absolutely follow his blog. Kyle, Andy, Hans. Then let me think. Sudha, of course. Then Siva Balanarayan, of course. So all these people, Aditya Goenkar, Sagar Sumit, right? All these people, I follow and I try to learn as much as I can from each and every one in general. So that's all I have for the video. Well, if you want to learn something, I would say have an open mind, join community session, join Slack, and try things out locally. That's the best way I can say. And remember, nothing is overnight, nothing is in one day. You have to study, you have to keep up to date in that particular domain. New things are going to be released at a frequent schedule, so see what's updated. Okay, like for example, in one Hudi 1.0.0, the new Hudi version which is going to be released, there is LSM tree there, right? So that's pretty cool. So functional index is also one of them that's going to be released. So all I'm saying is, once you learn, just don't keep it, keep following it, keep following what's coming up next. Try to keep up to date with that. That's something also very, very important that I would want to mention. I guess that's pretty much it. So, but again, now if you see, now talking about the learning materials, right? You will see so many videos on YouTube from about Apache Hudi, Delta Streamer. Of course, I have an entire playlist, so you can try them out. 16 hands-on lab with exercise material. Everything is there. All you have to do, sit, spend time, try these labs out, right? It's literally that easy. Delta Streamer, PySpark Labs, Spark SQL, learn how to use Hive Metastore, all these stuff. If you do all these stuff locally, trust me, you'll learn so much at the end of the day. So that's all I have for the video. If you do have any specific questions that I could answer, I would be more than happy to do so. But again, this is my journey. It's years and years. It's not like overnight, one day I opened up my laptop and I learned everything. No, I still keep up to date with what's coming up or what's coming out, right? And I try to do stuff locally and see, this is how it works. Oh, that's how it works, right? So I think it's a pretty long video, but I said enough. But I hope this video will give you motivation, will give you some value, and if you need any other guidance or help, you will probably know I'm pretty active on Slack on Hudi. If you ever message, I'll probably reply probably instantaneously or within an hour or so, probably. So yeah, that's all I have. Keep learning, keep smiling, stay healthy. And if you have any questions that you are curious about, you may post them in the comment window. And as and when I get time, I'll try my best to answer them. And I will see you next time, guys. Thank you.